What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, RedemptionAgency.com, Urban-Picker.com, 24 years. Selling full-time on eBay, and it's Friday. And since there's a shipping video, that means sales were strong for the rest of the evening. And not just the 2 orders on last night's very short, late video. So I went from 2 orders during making that video to I got to ship out 21 orders on the clothing store. And I got to ship out seven orders on the clothing store. Yesterday was an eventful day. Wow. Started off with a bunch of errors, which I thought were going to ruin the day. So I decided to redo my promotions, turn off my sales. Then I restructured my promotions from 13% down to 7.5 and 11.5 for 6 and under, 6 and over dollars, that is. Tried the coupon thing for a very short time, but didn't like the fact that it didn't put the, it doesn't put the red attention tag on my listing. Sold 3 items with the free buy 2 get free shipping. Decided to abandon that since it didn't give me the red flag, and to go back to the buy 2 get 2, and then put the sale at 15% off instead of 20% off. So I went from 30% off down to 20% off, and then I've gone 20% off down to 15% off. I've started raising the prices on my hats and clothing that I list by $1. And I also did something brand new on the clothing store. On the hats, I decided to do buy 2, get 2 on the hats also, to see if I can replicate what the CDs do for me. Because the buy 2, get 1 free didn't really go over that well. Didn't really get a lot. So let's try it with hats. Since I'm going up $1, might as well try something new. And I did have one sale that took advantage of the buy 2, get 2. And they actually even threw in an extra one. So we'll see how it all plays out today. Now, was sales strong yesterday because of the errors on eBay early and it got fixed? So, like, people's store got rebooted? Was it the fact that I gave it so much attention? In sale, on sale, off promoted, on promoted. Or was it just, here's the hope? And you know what they say about hope? Here's the hope. That eBay is on the right path now. I gotta throw that in there, just in case there's a 1 in a trillion chance that that's possible. Oh, boy. So we're gonna get to shipping. We're at 7 a.m. right now. So let's see what I did yesterday for show. And then see where I'm at this morning already. I'm going to check my emails and see how my sales performed overnight. See if there was a block of nothing. All right, so record day on the clothing store yesterday. So my highest day in the last 31 days in the clothing store was $508. And that was probably the highest I had over here and ever, probably, until yesterday. $653. Yeah. $650 in my clothing store yesterday. After having 3 of the lowest days in the past 60 days. So I had a record high there. Very nice to see. Can it be duplicated? It would be nice. Media store had a nice little rebound. We were stuck at like 200-ish, I think, for a while, for most of the day, even until I called it a day. Ended at $483. Both of them ended in 44 cents. For a total yesterday of $1,137. Not bad. Now, if I can just figure out why, just out of the blue, on a Thursday, I had my biggest day in probably the last 90 days. If it is because of the attention, then maybe I am going to only run sales by the week instead of by the month. That may help. I have been ending and selling similar since it was the end of the month. Maybe I don't worry about my international websites anymore, and now that I can separate it in the unsolds, and I just end and sell similar every day. And keep everything. Right now we're at 5 months and 20-ish days as my oldest. So maybe if I keep them, I want to keep them over 3 months for sure. So maybe if I just keep it down to 3 months of every, fresh stuff. So I may just start doing that. So making sure I do at least 1,000 a day in the media store, and then whatever in the clothing store. Clothing store, we're down to like 4 months and something, so we're closer to that 3-month mark on the clothing store. And of course, listing a lot more with List Easier too. So this morning already at 7 a.m., I've got $105 on the media store and $16 on the clothing store. Let me look at my solds overnight. Okay. 11 p.m. hour, we had several. 12 a.m., we had a couple. Nothing in 1. Couple in 2 a.m.s. Had many in 3 a.m.s. 1 in 4. 1 in 5. So none in the 6 and none in the 7 so far. But 7 just started 3 minutes ago, so. Don't mind my stomach if you hear it. Those antibiotics have my stomach a mess. And I learned a lesson last night, not to get too graphic, but when you got antibiotics and a messed up stomach because of the antibiotics, don't sneeze. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. It was a lot of, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. It was kind of funny though. Kind of funny. So yeah, I got a nice stack. You can even see one of the CDs here on the side. It's kind of packed here. I got a stack of hats, cassettes, vinyl, DVD. So, let's get started. I think today what I'm going to do, instead of doing all my organizing on Saturday, I'm probably going to come down and do some today because I'm so backed up. I got boxes everywhere. Temp boxes full of listed stuff I need to get in their new homes. Baby girl back there stretching. Pee-wee in the record room enjoying the cold concrete. So yeah, I need to. So I think I'll do that a little bit Friday and a little bit Saturday. Oh my God. I've been sleeping better though. That's good. I don't have my sinuses waking me up. Just Pee-wee. I fell asleep probably about 12. Pee-wee got me up at like 1:30. And then I've slept until 6. So, but at least it's solid sleep now, so I don't feel wore down. So, whereas before, if I got 5 hours sleep, I was lucky. I was getting maybe 3 hours of solid sleep in increments, 2 to 3. So it's nice to get a little bit more than that. Let's come over here to clothing store and get that knocked out right quick. My buy two, get two on the hats are going to Japan. All right. Japan it is. Let me pull out the ones I think are part of that. I believe that one. Okay. Let's get ready to ship. First up, we've got Floyd's Barbershop hat. So hopefully you're going to hear higher numbers. This one sold for $9, headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. So hopefully these changes will get my cost back under 50%. Glenn. That is the goal. Cut 5 off the sale, 5%. Cut 6 to 2 to 6% off the promoted. And then not promoting and not putting on sale my new items until today and tomorrow when I organize and put those new items into their proper categories. Then they will go on promoted, but not on sale. Next up, we've got this. I'm brain farting today. I know how to say this word. I've said it a million times. I hate this. Cabela's. What the hell's wrong? Wow. Sold for $11.04. So that's going to be my new price point straight away on hats. $11.04. Headed to New York. I hate when that happens. It makes me fear that when I'm, 20 years from now, my mind's going to be like gone. I fear that. With those brain farts. So, now that I've got a little bit more time on my hands, maybe I need to start doing some kind of mental exercises or just being creative for me would be a mental exercise. So put more effort into my new channel. Maybe learning how to make AI videos and just learning something new to stimulate some neurons or whatever the hell they are. Keep the mind fresh. And as soon as I'm done with this, these antibiotics, I'm going to start counting my calories and actually paying attention to what's going in my mouth. Now that I don't feel like I'm going to have to eat to try to make myself feel better. So take full advantage of that. All right, we've got this Sundane vintage 3-stripe hat. Sold for $8. Headed to Denver, Colorado. So I'm going to do 1,200 calories on the weekdays and like 1,500 calories on the weekends. That way I can have a little extra bonus treat on the weekend. STRs. Next up, we've got this Roundtree and York necktie. I haven't sold a necktie in forever. Sold for $4.75. Headed to Tyler, Texas. Texas. Three, 6, 9. Miro. Alrighty, next up we've got Pitchfork Elevator vintage cap. Sold for $11.70. Headed to Valley Falls, New York. I remember when you get 30 bucks out of that hat. No more. Gerald. No more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. We got this Gymboree turtle toddler cap. Sold for $13. Headed to Los Angeles. $13. No, I said 5. Madeline. Prince de les Baz. All the like trolls and haters on my channel has kind of vanished in the last several weeks. Haven't had any. Maybe they know I have fun with their comments now. Well, there was the one, and the person said, what's the point of this video? And I go, that your mom is hot. Just having fun now. Nothing bothers me when I'm in prime mode. You know, don't have no depressed stuff going on in my life. So I just have fun with everything. Don't take nothing seriously. Because we don't get out alive. I had to watch him for a sec. I saw his nose move, so I wanted to make sure he wasn't twitching or anything. He was panting a little heavy this morning, and it's not that. It's cooled down a lot from the last week, so I don't know why he'd be panting like he was. There's a paw moving. There's another paw moving and another. He may be dreaming though, because it says paws, like if he's running or something. So just gotta watch and distinguish his movements. So if I have to feed him some extra meds. When I was talking about the weird stuff going on in the house all of a sudden this year, you know, somebody made up the point that the whole theory of attachment to things, spirits attaching to things and stuff. But that's the thing about this house. Like before this year, this house has been dead silent, like nothing. Like no weirdness, no, what the hell was that? Shadow seeing, no noise hearing. Somebody brought up pipes. I'm like, no, I know the sound of pipes when water turns on and things in the house. So I know the sound of pipes. So, so hearing all the stuff now makes me think like the one or two things I was talking about, like you're not allowed, like in the extra, if there's an afterlife or a parallel universe or something that people exist in or energy exists in, they can't come into a place unless it's 30 plus years old, you know, or until somebody who once lived here has passed, which was my dad. So I don't know. It's just weird how it all of a sudden started this year. You know, my dad passed in 21, Christmas Day 21. So to go 3 years and a month before anything really started happening, don't really put the connection there exactly, but again, too, maybe it's the fact that I'm just in a better headspace now, and when you're in a more of a clear, calm headspace, you pick up on energies and things, and if you pick up on them, that probably means you can attract them, along with exuding, putting out. How about that? Keep it simple, James. Stop with the big words. Nice try. Exuding, whatever. You know, I believe there's always something to all that kind of stuff. Like, I was always one who tried to be the person to move something with energy, but never could. Like, you hear people who can move a coffee cup across the table or something like that, right? Never been able to do that. So I'm not 100% sold on it's possible, but I'm not 100% sold on it's not possible. So. Now we're up to $119 in the media store. Sold another CD. All right. All right, we got a lot of cassettes going to Norway. And that's the only international. All right, let's get moving here. We got this Crazed Management Sampler CD. This sold for $4.30, headed to California. I like seeing when I go to take an offer now, it says promoted 7.5 instead of 13. I like it. Why is that not working all the time when I hit it? It's just getting stuck. Alicia. Nice try trying to say those big words, James. Evie Mirror cassette. Sold for $4.31. Headed to Scottsdale, Arizona. Maybe I'll drive around a little bit this morning and see if I can find a yard sale. Haven't hit none this year. Larry. I would like to find one big collection of things that I don't have listed, that I can just come home, use List Easier, and list like 100 items in a minute. That's what I'd like to find. Zane Prosser, Yesterday's Country. See. Sold for $7.50, headed to Maryville, Illinois. I find like a huge collection of like matchbooks or postcards, something I don't have in my store that somebody has like thousands of. That would be ideal. You just put them all up at one set price and just let them go. Randy. I think I got a couple more affiliates, so thank you guys. The affiliate link's below for list easier. Go ahead and put your email in so that you're in once it totally opens. And then I get paid too. That would be nice. Kelly Clarkson Piece by Piece CD sealed. Sold for $6.50. Headed to Guttenberg, New Jersey. Guttenberg. As I build the Jan retirement income. That'd be cool if I could get one of my other channels monetized too. That could go into the Jan retirement income. Primal Scream Vanishing Point. So if you want to subscribe to my Life's Too Short for Pants channel. So for $6, headed to San Fran. I'm hoping I could build that one up enough that it's kind of just one of those crossover type of channels with no particular audience. It's just people who like either motivational stuff, relaxing stuff, or funny stuff. Just kind of not knowing what you're going to get on that channel, but you're going to get one of those kind of feels. This needs to be resurfaced. But I got to get good at it, so in the learning phase. So trying different things to see if anything sticks, see if anything, just build and learn at the same time type of thing. Dead Voices on Air. All right, Dead Voices on Air CD. So for $4, headed to Seattle, Washington. Again, that must be my 4 sticking somehow or something. Marissa. Next up, Rodney Crowell. CD, Keys to the Highway. Sold for $5.09. Headed to Kentucky. So $5.09 is going to be my straightaway $5.99 lowest dollar stuff bought straight out without an offer. Which before it was $4.79. So an extra 30 cents on those. Not just an extra 30 cents, but an extra 5% also saved. So, if it's so via promoted. go in and check all my numbers today and see what they look like after everything's taken out. Give it a go over. Make sure everything's in line. Alabama feels so right. CD. Sold for $5.09. Headed to Kirksville, Missouri. It feels so right, baby. Because it cuts like a knife. And it feels so right. Next up, are you ready for a CD lot? Yeah. We got No Doubt singles. CD. 509. We got Dina Carter CD. 509 instead of 479. We got Queen Classics. 509 instead of 479. So this lot's going to be the extra $1.20 after the changes. Plus also the extra 5% saved if it's sold with promoted listings. Okay, that one needs resurfaced. And then we've got the Dixie Chicks. And this one might just need cleaned up. Feels good not having to rush during the day or anything. Like, oh, I gotta hurry up so I can make sure I get, you know, X amount of stuff listed or whatever. It's just a lot more relaxing. Because I know all I need is like a couple of hours and I can get a couple hundred up if I wanted to, so. Just relaxing. Relax, don't do it if you wanna go do it. Relax, don't do it when you wanna go, David. Cough. Good thing I didn't poop myself. Next up, Gentle Yoga 7 on DVD, sealed. Sold for $6.50, headed to Lake Stevens, Washington. I got so many temp boxes that are invading her space a little bit. I definitely gotta get down here and get this stuff in a permanent spot. Journey. Next up, are you ready for a CD lot? Yeah, you are. All right, first up we got Nutty Professor. $5.09 instead of $4.79. Surfaced. Newsboy, Patsy Cline, Stevie Wonder. Newsboy Restart CD, $5.09. Remembering Patsy Cline CD, $5.09 instead of $4.79. And Stevie Wonder Definitive Collection, $6.80 on this one. Surface. I like it when they do 3 cheap and then throw one that's a little bit higher in there. I like that. There we go. Next up, we've got LFO single. 509. Yay! I'm liking that 509 thing. Headed to Los Fresnos, Texas. I gotta get some more rubber bands down here. Rubber band key. Na, 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 na. Three. Getting. Next up, are you ready for a CD live? And then you have people like this who don't realize they could do the buy 2, get 2 free and get them cheaper. And they send 4 offers. So these sold for $4 a piece. Here at First New Music Sampler. And then we got this person times 3. So we got Kendall Payne CDs. Boom. Boom. And boom. Headed to Springfield, Massachusetts. Alexis. Next up, we've got the Kinks cassette tape. I sold for $5, headed to Moodus, Connecticut. Whoops. This is the biggest morning I've had in quite a long time. Here. Next up, one of my old Hastings CDs. Some Latin thing. Cafe Quajanero, something like that. 509 instead of 479. Headed to Magna, Utah. Carlos. Next up, we're still going, aren't we? Jethro Tull live CD. Sold for $509 instead of $479. And this, I got 2 that need resurface. I can pass if I don't have an extra one. Let me make sure these are not needing resurface. Oh, and I don't need to save this one to even it out. Mine does 2 at a time, so I try to utilize that. Headed to Puerto Rico. Gabriel. Next up, the Tramps on vinyl. So for $4.50, headed to Howards Grove, Wisconsin. I always like that picture though. If you didn't get a good look at it. Like they set up a living room by the lake or by the river or whatever. And then you got the back where they're actually moving the stuff in for the picture. I always like that. And then you got them in their like Continental stretch car. Typical type of 70s vibe all around, you know, the car, the clothing. I love it. You know, I've always been one to kind of, what I like about 2025 is seems like there's more people in just out there. I mean, I guess because you can see more people, maybe that's why, but there's just more people that break molds and break stereotypical stuff. Like I've always been that because people growing up, just because I had long hair, always assumed I was a druggie or burnout or something like that. And I was totally the opposite. So I always love the people who break the stereotypical stuff. And it just seems like it's either I'm paying more attention or I see it more or it's actually happened. Where it just seems more, it's more dominant in 2025. People are freer to, be who they are type of thing. More than ever. Just seems like it's increasing, which is a great thing. Next up, Headbus. 12-inch. This sold for $36, headed to Anatoke, Tennessee. All my buttons are getting sticky or something's wrong over here. Philip. Next up, Eric Anderson in the old vintage Snapcase cassette, sealed still even. Sold for $30, headed to Brooklyn, New York. Going to double bag this one. Trying to hope that it don't get cracked. Three. And we are going ground advantage. I was going to go ground no matter what on that one. last US one is Are You Ready for a CD? So this was the one that, when I had the free shipping, that was actually bought. So that instrumental gold CD. Durwood Douche and John Denver. Get 3 in here. Let's see. Since one of them is smaller. Going to Tamarack, Florida. Something like that. Brian. Let's print this puppy up. Tommy, you need to calm your ass down. I haven't even taken my ibuprofen yet this morning, so I gotta go get something to eat with it. So if I get to QT soon enough, I could get me a... I'm not a big biscuit person, but lately I've been getting a sausage and biscuit. I'm not a big sausage person either, but... And when I do get it, I have to eat it slow. I can't eat it, oh, that's good. Like for me, it's like I eat it slow, and then I might even feed the other half to the dogs just because I'm not a big sausage and biscuit person. I'm not a big breakfast person at all. Like there ain't much I would eat for breakfast. Toast with butter and jelly, grape or strawberry. Waffles with butter and syrup. Bacon. Ham. That's about it. So I'm not big on breakfast. That's why I usually, if we're traveling and stuff, when we do breakfast, it's usually at a gas station and I'm grabbing like zingers to hold me over till lunchtime. Or we'll find a place that has breakfast and lunch all day type of thing. So if she wants breakfast, then we go toward 11 o'clock or whenever the place would start serving lunch, you know, if there's places like that where they serve breakfast all day type places. And I got these 2 international orders to get to. I thought I saw an offer pop up. Let me see if it was. Yep. All right. I will take that. $15 CD for $11. Shirley. And stop calling me Shirley. Dude, I can't believe he's fallen for it. He's probably too good of a guy, and he's going to get screwed. Was his name Lee Nielsen? And he's fallen for Pam Anderson's crap. You know how many divorces she's gone through and got money from? Now she's going to prey on it. Liam? Lady, get away from Liam. Get your money-grabbing self away from Liam. We know you probably spent the last one from the last divorce already. Get away from Liam. Leave him alone. Stop trying to sucker him in so you can get millions from him. With your old ass, go look, put on some makeup self. When you go through that many marriages or whatever, it's usually not the guy's problem, and or vice versa. It's usually the person who's in this case, it's probably her that's the issue. Oh crap, I do have 3 that needs resurfaced. Dang it, I thought I only had 2. Dun, dun, dun. Alrighty, yeah. So I've got 4 cassette lot. I don't think I can see the prices on Pirate Ship. So 4 cassettes. I used the buy 2 get 2 free, and they were all $5.09 a piece instead of $4.79. And then the other one is the hat lot. Buy 2 get 2 free, plus they threw in an extra. So it was 1104, 1104, 1104, 1104, 1104. 2 of those are free. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, Pirate Ship, where are you at? Refresh. Let's go ahead and throw these in a box. In a box? In a box? In a box. Alrighty. These are going to Japan with a long ass address. Hopefully it's going to go through without any issues. We've got this University Program Board hat. Whatever that means. I don't know. We got this cool Bermuda hat. That's when you got a barracuda in Bermuda. We got this New York cap. We got the Paris cap. And then we got this other Paris, France cap. So, doink. 1086. Four. Used hats. Come to $55. Is that right? Did it bring over the... Let me see which number it brings over. Did they not use the buy two? They had discount 46. No? Okay. Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It didn't give him the... Oh, that's right. The shipping is higher. It's full price plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. I just wanted to make sure they were getting charged the right value if they get an import tax. All right, get rates. All right, so that's still on par. They got charged $22 for $22.99 for shipping, and it's $21.99. So at least I'm still right there on the international stuff. I try to stay right even on the international to entice international sales. So, and then try to make up for it on the US side. Then we've got a Jimmy Buffett lot of cassettes. Find some cassette. Oh, there's some there. Course. Need my code. Whoops. No, I want to highlight it, not click on it. Boink. Let me make sure my numbers are right on this one. That was $17.99. They got charged $20.99, so we're good there. End of day. Print. It's up. All right, that is it for me. So we're at 8 o'clock right now. I want to rock right now. And we are at $119 there. I don't think anything's sold over here. And still $16 in the clothing store. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.